Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? It's your boy, and if you're wondering what the hell's going on right now, we're doing a live recording. We're currently live on Twitch doing our daily, vibing out and working out live streams. Every day we go live, and for the first 45 minutes to an hour, we vibe on out, and then once that's done, we work on out, getting that pump on and getting strong. So, enough of the Twitch self-promo. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, because let me tell you something. When you like this video, you tell YouTube it's a good video. When you subscribe, you show me you want more. And hey, who doesn't like helping their favorite creator out for free? And hey, if you end up wanting to remove that, well, it's all up to you. It's whenever you want to, and it's completely free. And if you want to take an extra step and go a little bit further, check the links in the description. That being said, hello to you on YouTube, and hello to you on Twitch. Today, we're making nachos. And I am quite excited. So the first step, of course, is going to get your hands ready and prep. You do not want nasty hands going into this. Now, I'm going to go over the ingredients as I wash my hands up here. First off, you're going to want a little bit of butter. It's going to act as a non-stick agent for when you're making your hamburger. Next up, you're going to want a little tube of hamburger. You don't need anything crazy, but about 16 ounces, about a pound. Then you're going to want a couple of pinches of shredded cheese. And then what I like to do to help it with some thickness is I take a singular square slice and I tear it up because it helps that maintain a good thickness, Then what you're going to need is an onion, a red onion specifically. Then you're going to need yourself the cheese sauce, half a can of pinto beans. You're going to need yourself 3 bowls. You're going to need yourself a pan. You're going to need yourself some meat tenderizer and a package of that beef seasoning from some old ramen noodles. And I bet you're saying to yourself, why the hell do you need this? Well, it's going to be tasty, trust me. That being said, first thing we're going to do is get our meat prepped. Don't judge me. I'm Alan Grant. I like my blades to look like raptor claws. Gutted that roll like a fucking raptor. Okay, here we go. There we go. Now I bet you ask yourself, why the fuck are you putting this in a bowl, big guy? Because we're going to season it and massage that seasoning right in. It's why we washed our hands up in the beginning, okay? Alright. Now we're just going to kind of break it apart a little bit, help make this a little easier to massage things into, you know what I'm saying? Now, the first thing you're going to be putting on is your meat tenderizer. You're going to do 2 different sprinklings. You're going to do the first sprinkle and the massage in, like such. Oh, yeah. Really make like this is a old Tom and Jerry cartoon. Do not be afraid to get your hands dirty. We are not sugar. We ain't going to melt in the water when we wash our hands, okay? That's what my mama used to say. Whenever she'd be like, oh, I don't want to play in the range, but you ain't sugar, you ain't going to melt in that fucking water. Never did I? And now, that should be enough tenderizer up in this bitch. Ooh, like Play-Doh, baby. Like adult Play-Doh. Now, you're going to take 90% of your beef flavoring, like so. And again, you're going to do 60%-ish of what you're using on top, and then massage it in. Then we're going to take a little quarter worth of the seasoning and mix it in with our beans, okay? Because the beans, I don't want a hint of that beef. And we'll probably throw a little bit of the tenderizer in the beans too. That meat is plastoid. It gets fucking thick on your hands. It works, right? It works. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as our meat is slowly browning up, getting better, looking better, I'm going to stir our beans up so the flavoring mixes in. Okay? And then what we're going to do is we'll dice our onion up. And we'll only need a little bit of it, right? We'll only need maybe a quarter of an onion, tops. We don't need a whole shit ton. Let me read chat real quick here. What's Stream saying? People are saying, yummy, prep that meat. Dude, say it with me. Fuck items. Really, man? You that angry? That being said, looking good, dude. Keep it up. Yeah, we've been losing a shit ton of weight. We are now down to 258. Meaning, I am 8 pounds away from my original weight loss goal from back when my mom was alive. Probably should give this a stir. Steal us that piece of butter. I was originally going to dice it, but I don't think it needs diced. A little sliver-mo just to make good show it does not get stuck to the pan. Oh yes, that meat is looking rotten and congealed like me Jello should. Alright. Your ass gonna taste so fucking bland, it ain't even funny. I doubt even a cannibal would want to eat your ass. It'd be so fucking bland. Actually being able to taste whatever it is I'm putting in my dish. And putting it too small makes it untastable. And now that I got all that up in there, I'm just going to go ahead and stir it on in. Mix it in with the beans. And I'm going to take this fork that we use for our butter. Give this a good stir. That is looking so damn tasty. Whew. Now, another thing you're going to want to make sure to have is some cheese on hand, like I said earlier. 2 pinches of the shredded, a little bit of the slice, whatever. That being said, it's going to be tasty once I'm ready, but the cheese is on hand. Now, our meat's pretty much browned up, almost ready, perfect, right? What that means is now, well, what else? We throw in the beans. That's the old saying. And we're just going to let this cook on the way up. And once this is done, finishing on the brown up process, everything's ready, we're going to throw in our cheese to melt. And then we throw in our cheese to sauce. And then we're pretty much ready to eat up. Now, if you want another secret of mine for how to get good, solid nachos, you got to put your chips in the freezer. And I know it sounds crazy, but I promise you, putting your chips in the freezer, for some reason when they're cold, they just taste so much better. Oh my gosh, we have someone. Who was that just happened? We got a scribble from the respectful baboon. The respectful baboon. That being said, we're at a point now. We can throw in our cheese that needs to melt. And then you're just going to come in and stir this all together on in. And once your Kraft cheese is fully melted in, like I said, I like to add in a single sliced cheese to help thicken things up. Because oddly enough, right, the sliced American cheese thickens up a lot better than a lot of the shredded stuff. And now what you're going to want to do...
Just keep it in.
Took a moment. Didn't mean to flash the camera there, but... No? Well...
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Ladies and gentlemen on YouTube, we had bacon to put in, but I seem to have misplaced the bacon. Nope, I fucked up. I am so sorry, chat. For some reason, I put the bacon down somewhere, and I cannot remember where I put it. And that's just a cardinal sin here as an American, you know? Which means... No, you know, I'm kind of upset about the bacon. Where the fuck is the bacon? Well, guys, I guess, you know, if you want the original intended dish, you throw in some bacon bits, right? But because for some odd reason, the bacon bits aren't here, we're going to have to do this for that. We're just going to reheat this up to a bubble again. And once this gets back up to a bubble, it's going to be ready to eat, my friends. So I'm just going to go ahead and get my chips ready. Look how large these chips are, man. That's a nacho chip. See this? People bitch about great value. Fuck you. This right here is fucking amazing from Great Value. The honey roasted peanuts are 10 times better than the Planters. And just like that, we're back to bubbling. But you know what that means, right? That means we take our ladle. Come in, grab a scoop. And just like they used to do in school, baby. Oh, God, so much gas. It's like I've already eaten all those beans, right?
The lunch lady would fart as she was serving it to you, too?
Probably not, but hey, it happens, right?
All right.
That being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's plant our seat down so that chat and YouTube can watch us. Let me read a couple more chats here. We go, woo! He says, he's most definitely lost face. Lost face, not faith. Or lost weight, not face, not fate. That comes in from Chuck the Fuck 1990. We got our buddy Sinnock saying, so the question becomes, does he feel better now health-wise after losing weight? And that beautiful answer is fuck yes. Let me tell you something. It feels amazing to be back down to 258 pounds, and we are still dropping like flies, baby. All right. So let's pick us a good chip. Let's get ourselves a good bite here a little bit. Oh my God. Guys, that is literally the exact same chips and dip on my elementary school used to make. Wilson Academy. Oh my God. If you guys want to see me, if you guys over on YouTube want a chance to catch us live doing this kind of thing, make sure to check links in the description. That being said, more episodes of Chris to come, and plenty more. Now, I'm going to rate this dish on an ease of making a 7 out of 10. A flavor, 8 out of 10. Overall, 8 out of fucking 10. It's great stuff. Good food. Feels really tasty to go down the gut. Good source of vitamin. Good source of protein, calcium. Oh, the fiber with the beans. You're making a mistake not making this. If it's a rainy day like today, you want a good meal that makes you feel like it's summer, this right here will do it for you. This is a good one with a bunch of the shit on it. Look at that cheese, the onion, the beans, the meat. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are with a little bonus clip for you guys. Every time I do my workouts, my final miles of the workout, I do 5 miles each day. I do 5 biking jacks, 5 miles, and then 5 biking jacks at the end. And basically that 5th mile is used to try and go as fast as I can to beat my record time. And today, my record's 3:07. So I'm trying to break that. But we're at our 5th mile. It's the same stream in which we made our nachos. And, well, it's time to reset this odometer here. Zero it out. Set our resistance for the start. Chat, are we ready? YouTube, are we ready? I just realized I can't hear you guys. Hey, Doc Holliday, get on that fucking time machine already, you old bastard. I've been paying that fucker since the 80s to make that DeLorean fucking go back in time. And the son of a bitch has had it happen twice and can't redo it. What type of schizophrenic fucking neurolic motherfucker can't do that? That being said, let's position our feet. For those of you who don't know, I work out in work-style cowboy boots. And these bad boys weigh about 3 to 5 pounds a piece. So, basically, I'm in Rock Lee training gear, baby. So, without further ado, pull the wedgie out your butt and get ready. And let's make like some dogs and mush, mush, mush. Let's blast this Mayo! Done! 323, damn it! I tried!
It was a good try, man. It was a good try.
3 minutes 23. Okay. We'll break that 3:07. You just watch. Time we end off our streams, we do our workout. 5 miles. Before we do 5 miles, we do 5 biking jacks. We end up with 5 biking jacks. Now, what are biking jacks? Well, I'll show you what they are. Now, this bike weighs about 72 pounds, give or take. And what you're going to do to do biking jacks, you're going to grab your bike, you're going to lift it like so. And then you're going to just jump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And them's biking jacks, baby. Woo! Can't go wrong with this bad boy. And look at this. What a bike to end off the video on, right? So remember, guys, to check the links in the description. Remember to like this video, because when you do, it lets YouTube know it's a good video. And make sure to comment and subscribe. And, you know, if you end up not wanting to have that comment up or you want to take away that subscription, it's completely free to do no matter what. So it's the best way to help us out. And remember, if you want to take an extra step, check out the links in the description. That being said, this has been your boy. This is my live recording on today's episode of Twitch's Vibe Out and Working Out. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to enjoy my lunch and get back to my stream.